All right, and we're back. Country Flyboy has been powered down for the moment. He will return shortly.
In yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into Square Enix. I actually watched this one. They started out by showing us some Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So we got a new Tomb Raider game.
Yay! This is the rebooted, which
Yeah.
um I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this yet. I started to play the first one. My PC couldn't handle it at the time, and I
Hmm.
didn't have a console for it. But it seems alright. I maintain that it's just, they took Uncharted bits and put it on Tomb Raider, and it's the new Tomb Raider.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I haven't actually played the series yet, but yeah. I mean, it's Tomb Raider, so it'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah, it should be
Um,
okay. They haven't gotten bad reviews.
so they also announced that Final Fantasy 14 and Monster Hunter World are doing a crossover. So that's
I
always
saw
exciting.
that.
Uh, yeah, Final Fantasy 14 has really become quite popular. It started out really bad, but then ended up kind of getting quite the following. So that's
I
cool.
don't. I didn't hear about it being bad. Hmm.
Yeah. I remember hearing it was really bad, so much so they had to shut it down and completely redo it from the ground
I
up.
thought that was. I don't know.
14
I
is
didn't
the
see the
MMO.
conference. Yeah, I didn't see the conference, so I don't know as much. But yeah,
I mean, this was years ago when it first came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
But anyway, so that's happening. I actually haven't picked up Monster Hunter World in a while. I played it. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's a fun little game. So they like to do a
Yeah,
lot of crossovers. You could
little.
actually get well, yeah, it's not little at all. But yeah, you could. They've been doing crossovers for a while on the PlayStation. You could get Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn's like stuff. So that's
Ooh.
pretty cool. They announced or they showed more, or really, I guess, kind of the same trailer for the Adventures of Captain Spirit. We talked about that in Microsoft's
Yep.
Dragon Quest 11, another series that I haven't really played, but it's a JRPG. Very popular one at that.
The done by Akira Toriyama. Or at least he's one of the people who works on it. Like, he works on Dragon Ball Z, the
Yeah, and
creator
it's
of Dragon
it's
Ball Z.
it's
So
very apparent when you look at the art style.
yes,
They
it's
all
right
look like
there.
Dragon Ball Z characters.
Yeah, you can fit
So
him in.
so that's coming September 4th, 2018. So that's cool. Next we have Babylon's Fall, which I
By
don't.
Platinum Games,
Yeah, I don't
of all
remember a
people.
lot about this one. But it's a Platinum Games one, so it'll
Expect
pro.
brawling.
Yeah, exactly. It could be good. I know as of recently they've kind of had a few lemons, but it'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah,
Then
we'll see.
they showed more of Nier Automata. I've heard people say it one of two ways: Nier Automata or Nier Automata. I call it Nier Automata.
I don't know. I
I
don't have
don't.
an opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what it's actually called, but we're just covering both, just for the sake of covering both bases.
Yes.
But yeah, that was talked about more, which they showed it in Microsoft, so that's just redundant.
Yep.
They announced Octopath Traveler coming out July 2018. I can't remember if they had an announced release date before then, but that's the release date. You can download a demo right now on Switch that I think gives you like the first hour of or like the first little bit of everybody's story. The premise basically is that you follow 8 different people, hence Octopath Traveler,
Hmm.
and you follow them on their stories. And it's a really cool art style. It's like a 3D pixel art.
Hmm.
So it's really cool. It looks really unique, and it's coming exclusively for Switch.
Hmm.
Uh, Next game was a game that we actually saw coming because thanks to Steam.
And yeah, these people, being
Yeah,
great at that whole releasing data a little early.
yeah, is Just Cause 4, which I'm really excited about.
Why? Just cause.
Oh, and he's back. He's been powered back on.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, you.
I rebooted.
Um,
Oh,
this one looks really cool. I always like. I mean, they kind of just take what they already have and just add on to it, which is cool. Because I mean, the wingsuit in the third game was amazing. Probably one of my favorite transportation methods in any video game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Tornadoes this time.
Yeah, wicked weather things this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played the first two. Well, I say first. I played the last two. I
Yeah.
played the first one because I hear it's pass. But anyway, I don't know.
They
I don't know how I feel about the weather stuff. I also kind of feel like there's too much Just Cause being made too fast, but I like things to go slow anyway.
Yeah. Well, we all know what happens when you release a new game like every year. Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty.
Ubisoft every
still
year.
no one's beaten Guitar Hero yet, so they're the ones that hold the record for that. Although, what's interesting about Just Cause 4 this time is they didn't give us a lot of information at E3 itself. Most of the stuff I have here came from one of... they seem to have given some YouTubers some stuff to talk about a few days after the show.
Yeah.
So, other than the tornadoes and the grapple hook thing, most of this came from YouTubing, not from E3.
Right. Right.
Which is interesting. Just a fun little note.
Yeah.
It comes out December 4th.
December 4th. So.
Oh boy.
And then the next one was The Quiet Man. I actually don't remember this one. I don't remember seeing the. I know I saw it, but like for some reason I can't remember.
A fighting game where the protagonist is deaf. Interestingly enough, sounds like a neat idea.
Yeah, it's an
They'll
interesting
have more in
concept.
August.
All right.
Interesting.
So that's Square.
Yeah, and then they
What'd y'all
finished
think of
off
them?
with the same Kingdom Hearts trailer
Kingdom
that
Hearts,
they
yeah.
showed at Microsoft. So that was kind of pointless. I don't know why they bothered.
Yeah. What'd y'all think of
Just
Square's?
to do it.
It was okay. It was all right. I'd say it was like solid, but not high up there on my list.
Functional.
Yeah. Functional.
Yeah.
That's a
It
good
wasn't
word.
a fail. It wasn't a fail. It was.
No.
It wasn't a faceplant.
Yeah.
It wasn't an EA, but it wasn't quite a Microsoft either.
And it wasn't an Ubisoft Aisha Tyler.
Yeah.
No one can beat Aisha Tyler.
Indeed.
So now we're on to Ubisoft.
Ubisoft's-
Speak
Ubisoft
of the
slash
devil.
Ubisoft, however you like to say it.
Ubi, ugly logo.
Well, we're not getting into a debate on how you pronounce it. I'm just trying to cater to both audiences.
Now, Just Dance. They opened with Just Dance.
Yeah,
again.
that
This-
was interesting.
Dance.
Do we need another Just Dance game though?
The answer is
Gotta
yes
fill
because
their
it's
properties.
the answer is yes because you just gotta dance.
Yes.
Well,
you just
couldn't you
dance.
do this with DLC though?
I mean,
Just
you could,
dance.
but more money if you just release
Yes.
a new game.
Yeah, well.
Not saying I like it. I'm just saying that's probably
Now-
their reasoning.
The big one, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Right.
That's what people wanted. Obligatory, bang, bang.
Hey, guess what? Jade is back. We remember
she's
the first
evil.
game, guys? Jade is back. She may not be evil. It's just there's nothing's being explained. It's just like, oh look, Jade, and boom, we're gone. Why?
Yeah.
Because we're not
Yeah, it
spoiling
was-
anything.
It was
Okay.
largely a CGI trailer, but they did show characters making a comeback. Although probably the big thing was now Ubisoft wants us to make the game for them.
Yeah, that was an interesting take. So they're like, the idea is that now we're going to collaborate with them to make the game.
This is gonna. There's gonna be people at Ubisoft are about to see a lot of penises.
Also, surprise Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yes.
because apparently he has a new like venture that is what's helping this come true. Basically, that was weird. I was not expecting him to show up. That was interesting. Yeah, so like he's got a new company called like, what is it, Press Record? I think it was called.
I believe so. Yes.
And basically the idea is it's like kind of an outlet for like, you know, artists and musicians and things to collaborate with Ubisoft to make, to help make this game, which is an interesting concept. I'm actually quite intrigued by it. We'll see.
Okay. Well, moving along because we don't have a lot of time. Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes.
Anyone care?
It's not my cup of tea, but it is a fairly popular thing. So
Yeah.
35 million players apparently.
yeah. So
Yep.
They're doing esports with it. Something coming August. Oh yeah, they got DLC coming on August 13th through the 19th. Something going, not DLC, but something going on there.
and then they had a nice little I don't know if you'd call it cringy, but for the next game it was interesting anyway.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
like an Evil Knievel like guy come out on a bike, and of course it was to promote a new Trials game. And so he like gets up on stage, is like, "Yeah, awesome," and then like very
Smashes.
fakely trips headfirst into like a stand with a TV on it.
He might as well have just taken out a baseball bat and smashed it. That would
Yeah.
have been better.
So
I
yeah,
guess.
That was at
Yeah.
least a $300 TV too.
I'm sure
it
it was a
worked.
fake TV because I don't think they would have him actually smash into a TV that was like
They
a
might.
full-blown TV.
They might. That looked pretty real to me.
Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, so new
So-
Trials game, that's pretty cool.
Looks okay.
It's trials.
I like the guy's name, Professor Fat Shady.
Oh yeah, they had him come out and talk like, "I designed the tutorials for the game."
Yep. Now, coming February 2019,
Yeah.
and of course, like we said, a lot of stuff on the Switch this year. It's going to be on the Switch.
Yes,
Which
I'm.
this looks like a Switch game
Yes, it does.
more than anything else we've seen this year. This is a Switch game.
Yes.
So yeah,
Uh,
I want to remaster Rumble Racing. That's the only racing game I want to see. They brought a band on stage next, and I thought it was a new Donkey Kong. To which I said, "How did I have not heard about this?" Turns out it's Donkey Kong with Rabbids DLC for Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh.
yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
I didn't play it. Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Another pirate game. Another pirate MMO. Plays
More
like
pirates.
Assassin's Creed 4. Yeah, they're all the rage. Pirates are so hot right now.
Oh yeah.
They're a big deal.
I can't turn my hand towards me. Anyway. Yeah. So there's nothing really.
Calm down.
It's nothing really there for the pirates.
Yeah. It's basically like Black Flag, so there you go.
It's Skull and Bones, Black Flag MMO 2019. Transference. Game plus film. That's a combo that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called?
Is David Cage working on this one?
Probably. I don't know.
Defiance and Quantum Break.
It had
That's
a VR support. It's coming in fall. It had a very Black Mirror vibe to it.
Interesting.
Now, a Black Mirror VR game sounds terrifying.
It sounds absolutely terrifying. No, thank you.
Yeah, it could be a little strange.
Yeah,
Um,
they'd really mess with your brain.
yeah.
Starlink, Battle for Atlas.
Oh yeah.
Star Fox showed up in this one.
Yeah. Didn't Miyamoto
Oh yeah,
come
that's
out?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they handed him a model R-wing.
Yeah.
They called him not on stage, but they walked out into the crowd and said, "Here's Miyamoto. We got this R-wing for you." And everyone's
Oh.
clapping and he's smiling and it's beautiful and I want that model.
They have a really good like
No.
friendship with Nintendo going on right now, especially like with Rabbids and stuff. So
Which is interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, For Honor.
For Honor.
Not
For Honor.
really my cup of tea, but
Do
you know.
fight.
I so wanted this to be my cup of tea, but it didn't turn out to be my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Alas.
Aw.
It's not Darjeeling or Earl Grey.
Aw, sad
Ha.
day.
Yeah,
Oolong.
Wu Lin is a new faction, which I had to look up. I don't think they were ever real.
Don't know.
I don't think
Dunno.
so.
Dunno.
But yeah, coming October 16, new DLC with new factions and a dragon or something. A castle siege mode though, and this right here is why For Honor didn't work for me, because in medieval battle tactics, sieging a castle was a last resort. You did not want to do it because it's very costly. You're better off blockading and starving them out than you are trying to siege a castle. They're just that hard to take. So yeah, they're going to be doing that in For Honor, which I guess in video games would be fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
do you want a realistic depiction of sieging?
Not. Okay, so it's a bit. We're going to go down a rabbit hole, but both yes and no at the same time, and I'm
This is
just going to
why-
leave that there.
Let's just say this is why you play Civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just going to leave that. I'm just going to leave it there because I can go on for hours about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So that's for another day.
So now the Crew 2.
This one I want because it's air, land, and sea racing.
I saw how
The
buggy
Crew
the
Racing
won.
transformed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's got a release date at the very least, June 29th.
cool. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
And now let's do the Odyssey.
The Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
The Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I'm going to have that song stuck in my head for the rest of the day now. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's a good song.
It is. It is a surprisingly good song. But
Here we
yeah,
go, off the rails.
so this one actually being a
Don't
little.
you know it's time to raise our tails?
I can't. I wish I could.
I can't either.
But yeah, no.
I don't have
this,
a tail.
this time being a little bit more literal and actually like taking place in Greece.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess they're both technically kind of literal, but this one actually being like in reference to Greece, not just going on an Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get to use the spear of Leonidas.
Yes.
All right then.
So it does.
And
It
Socrates is there.
definitely sounds like an interesting idea. Hopefully, they've actually spent a good bit of time working on this one instead of just how it's been. I know it's been less time
Well,
in between.
All the
announcements.
Assassin's Creed games are not bad. They're playable. They're good. It's just one after the other, like they've done it. It doesn't.
Oh, and they need a little bit more time to like smash bugs and things. I think is the big problem.
Well, they have until October
Yeah.
because that's the release date,
Hopefully, it's good.
and that's kind of.
And then, and it got accidentally
thing-
announced via a keychain.
Well,
Whoops.
that one might have been on purpose.
Probably.
No.
Maybe not.
What happened? What I noticed about this trailer,
Mhm.
I never saw the hidden blade in it.
Interesting.
For
I
an
haven't seen
Assassin's
it.
Creed game, that's interesting. Very interesting. That's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Uh,
Any comments?
kind of on the
concerns?
same
I-
kind of on the same level as Square. Just kind of like, all right.
That was the
I-
thing that happened.
I have a particular love for Beyond Good and Evil, so I'm really, really trepidatious about Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they've shown so little, I don't have any reason to explain why. I just don't see much of the original at this point. They have Paige and Jade. Yay. That's it.
Yay. Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. It's meh.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, not the best. It's right
Well.
in the middle.
All right.
Now-
So,
Let's do Sony.
well,
but
I was gonna say let's do Sony, but I'm gonna say let's do Sony after a quick break.
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 So, yes, join us
Alrighty.
back here in a few seconds. It'll be no time for you because we don't actually have sponsors. But yeah, we're gonna take a
Yes.
quick break and
After
be
these
right back.
messages.
All right, and we're back, everyone. And today,
Hey!
well,
Again.
right now, we're gonna be talking about Sony,
The Big S.
the big S.
The big S. The salad I had last night.
They took us to church.
They took us to church. That was an interesting
Actually,
opening.
I think it was supposed to be like the setting that the first game was shown in,
Yes,
where it
Yeah.
was like country dance. It's a hoedown.
pretty much.
Country Hoedown.
Yep.
For the Country Flyboy.
But yeah, it was very weird. It was a very small, intimate like setting, very unlike most E3s. So it was
Yeah.
kind of a shock to open with that because I was like, "What the heck is this place? It's so tiny."
And then this guy with banjo comes on stage, plays the banjo,
he
goes
starts
off
playing
stage.
the Last of Us theme song on banjo, which is quite a beautiful
yeah,
song.
It was.
And
Indeed.
And that rolls us right into the first game they'd show, which was The Last of Us Part 2, which was
Last
a
of
good
Us Part 2.
opener.
Yes.
This gay kiss.
That happened. That was a thing that happened.
Yep, I liked it.
I'm sure you did.
Well, I mean, Ellie is not exactly straight, you know.
Well, yeah, that's been
Confirmed.
explored in
The DLC, wasn't it?
Yes.
I actually haven't played the DLC, so I'm aware of it. I just haven't played it.
But yeah, that happened, and then like I don't know, she just started having war flashbacks while it was happening.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
Because they do the loving tender moment. I get it. It's like they should fear you. Bang, bang, bang. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Stab, stab, stab. Yes,
Bullet,
they
bullet,
should
gun.
fear you.
yes.
haha, jinx.
Can I mention one thing that
No.
drives me nuts? And I know it's kind of a thing with The Last of Us. I can't stand stealth like that.
Oh,
She would have been clearly seen or heard multiple times.
When it's obviously not gameplay.
yeah.
No, I'm saying like when it's obviously toned like it's stealth sections
It's
where the enemy is deaf
obviously
and blind.
Not gameplay. That's where I'm seeing. It's definitely not gameplay.
I mean, it
Well,
looked like gameplay, but it.
Well, even if it wasn't, it
there
was the
was-
same in The Last of Us Part 1. Like they're all deaf and blind to the point that it's completely immersion breaking.
I didn't think it was that bad myself.
I understand why they do it. But coming from someone who grew up playing SOCOM, it's annoying.
If you want it to be good, you play the original Thief.
Yeah. But is it
I
too
will
much to ask if you put a stealth section in a game, you make it actually rely on stealth?
Welcome to 2018. Games are accessible.
You can make it accessible and not make it stupid.
Well, I will say that.
Well, Assassin's Creed. I'll leave you at that.
Don't even get me started on that one.
I'll just leave you with
Hiding
that.
in wearing white clothes, hiding in grass that's just slightly taller.
I'll just leave you with that.
It's a gripe. It's a gripe.
Yeah.
They could do better.
Everyone could do better.
Especially when the AI controlled characters literally get in everyone's face and they're not seen. That's probably the most annoying part, actually. I understand not making the player character I understand making it easy, but at least make the AI smart enough to not jump out in the open and say, "Hi, here I am."
Well, sorry.
Mechanics of game design aside, I will say that one of the things that struck me right from the get-go was that this game is a heck of a lot more graphic.
Yes.
Like
Than the first, yeah.
than the first. I mean, granted, a jump in technology, so they're able to show more. And the game did look absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Naughty Dog really knows how to pull everything they can out of a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
No doubt looking the best on the PlayStation 4 Pro, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
But yeah, no, we're talking like entrails falling out of dudes. Like, I kind of wanted to barf. Like,
I like that.
I'm kind of a squeamish guy, so like I'm not into the super bloody gory games. Like Last of Us was fine to me because I mean there was blood and yeah, it was a little bit, but not that bad. This one just ramped it up to the extreme, I thought.
Well,
like
shock value.
yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that like that's a bad thing. It was just a thing that I noticed.
The Last of Us doesn't need shock value though to get its job done.
You know, I don't think the first one used gore shock value like that. It used a lot more emotional shock value.
Yeah.
If they're going
Yeah.
for something different, like actual PTSD shock value, then it makes sense.
There was a little bit of shock value, like if you got caught, like especially as Ellie, if you got caught by like one of the clickers, just seeing her all of a sudden just like get like eaten like at the neck by one of these things was kind of terrifying.
Yes. Yes.
But at the
There
same
was
time,
shock
it wasn't
value.
super graphic either. I mean, it was kind of
No.
graphic, but it wasn't.
It was graphic, but it
overly
wasn't
graphic.
like it was not exquisite detail graphic.
But yeah, that happened, and then hey guys, we're gonna have a really quick intermission because this little church thing was not actually the place we were gonna hold the E3 in. It was just for
Frack.
the very beginning.
We bamboozled you.
Har
Frack
har.
you, Sony. Frack you, Sony, for that. The worst part about the intermission was you thought you were watching the pre-show, but no, it actually was the show.
Yeah, they had like this weird,
part
like
of the
they had
show.
like 3 people at a desk, and they were just like, "Hey, we're gonna switch locations, but let's just quickly talk about like not Battlefield, Call of Duty." You know,
Yeah.
and which they did say, "Hey, Call of Duty 3 is free for anybody who has PlayStation Plus this month." And I was like, "Well, I mean, free games are always good.
Yay.
Cool, you know."
If only I had a PS4.
If only I cared.
But yeah, so they talked about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then they talked about
Yeah.
Days Gone for a millisecond, didn't they?
Millisecond. And that's the one where the zombies flow like water.
Yeah, that one was
Hey,
really
look.
interesting.
We have zombie. It's interesting.
It was interesting
technology-
the
way-
mechanics of the way the zombies work.
Yeah, the technology is cool.
Yeah.
and how,
You know what?
and that stuff, but it's a zombie game.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't have anything was a bit alarming because that was announced in 2016. Because
Yeah.
I remember it. Me and you went to the theater to see it.
Yep.
And I don't think they had too much on it last year either. So, I mean,
They
we're 3
had
years
an
in.
actual gameplay and a CGI
Oh,
trailer.
yeah, they
So
did,
there
didn't
was
they?
stuff. Yeah, they had a lot to show, but it's been pretty quiet since.
Where the
Zombie
heck
game.
is that game
it's
then?
Kind of. It's a zombie game. What else is there to show?
Yeah.
Other than where is it? If we're 3 years now, and they
then,
had full gameplay last year.
3
Yeah, 2018 now.
from 2016.
Bad math. Ignore me.
Country Flyboy. Good at math. All right.
but then we move on, and they showed the trailer for the new Destiny expansion, and they killed the one character that I cared anything about
the one
in the
character
Destiny
that the
universe.
nerds cared about.
Cade 6. He died in a trailer for the new Destiny expansion.
Just as good as an off-screen death.
Now I will say this. Somebody actually set up at E3. Somebody actually set up a memorial for him, like with pictures and candles and everything.
Wow.
But for those of you that may not know, Cade 9 was the snarky robot voiced by, Cade 6 was the snarky robot voiced by Nathan Fillion. So, you know, perfect.
Yes, shiny. You mean?
Yes, very shiny. No, I actually liked him with what I played of Destiny, but I mean, he just played himself as he usually does, and it usually works really well. So,
Yep.
there you go.
Yeah.
He's just a charming fella.
But unfortunately, they killed him off. So spoilers, I guess. But I mean, we all saw the trailer, so
Yeah, not
He
much of a
did.
spoiler.
He dead.
He
So.
dead. I mean, he's also like a robot. So
yeah, that's
is
true.
he really dead?
That is true.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
explore that in Detroit Become Human.
I'm actually borrowing
Nice.
that game now. I get to try it out and see.
Oh boy, David Cage.
So now we're moving on to something
Ghost
that
of Tsushima.
yeah.
Okay, just spoil it, don't you?
So whenever I actually went to the theater to see this year, and they were actually giving away pins, nice
Set.
little chunky pins from like that had the logo of this game. And you look at the logo of this game, and it doesn't really look like it belongs with like what it really is, because it looks like another like kind of like sci-fi logo or something. But then nope, that's not at all what this game is.
This game is gorgeous, is what it is.
It is absolutely gorgeous, for sure. It's like a what is it? Like a samurai.
I know you have your custom background for this show, but can you put like a screenshot behind us right now?
Sure.
Thank you. Particularly, I'll see if I can find the one screenshot I actually want you to show, which is like that final battle
Yes,
between the two
I know
people.
exactly what you're talking
Oh,
about.
beautiful! I'm sitting here
Wow.
going, wow.
Oh, look at
Wow.
that! Look
That
at how
is
gorgeous
so
that
good.
screenshot is. Oh my gosh!
And like the petals falling off the trees. Oh, it's beautiful. I want to play this game just because it's beautiful. And it looks fun, actually.
I'm in wonder
That's
of
what
the
people said
screenshot.
about No Man's Sky.
Can I say one thing, though, that's going to make everyone think I'm not a weeb.
Sure.
I'm not a true weeb.
That's a difficult thing to do, but go ahead.
I don't like katanas, or at least I don't care for them.
They're alright.
That doesn't make you not a weeb.
You should. I don't know about that. I don't know. Well, weebs. Another name, katana cultist. The people who think the katana is the be-all, end-all, best sword ever made.
Well,
I don't.
Yeah.
The only thing I really care for about the katana is it's like this game. It's freaking beautiful. It's a work of art of a blade.
Yeah.
But that's where my appreciation for it ends.
But yeah, this game is really interesting. It's like I said, it's like samurai. I don't really know. I'm not like that time period and all that jazz. I'm not really super familiar with. But that end scene, like it's kind of like what they showed was like you're fighting alongside this woman, and at the very end, it turns out that you have to end up fighting against her. And yeah, the visuals are just stunning. The leaves are what really struck out to me. Whenever like leaves would be falling from the trees, and like they were like, as you saw in the screenshot, they were just scattered all over the ground. But as they move, the leaves would swirl around with the movements of moving back and forth and fighting with swords and stuff. And it was really amazing to watch. It was like right at sunset too. So like beautiful.
So
And the Mongols coming. You can hear the Mongols coming in the background too.
Yeah, so like honestly, I don't really know, like that kind of stuff isn't necessarily my cup of tea, at least like subject matter wise, but when it comes to like visual wise, that was mwah.
Oh yeah,
magnifique.
magnifico.
If I could raise my fingers to my mouth right now, I would go mwah.
Mwah.
Anyway, they did a thing that made me think they had a music game coming next. They lied to me.
Oh,
Well,
They kept doing that. It's Sony. They always do the music stuff. Like 2 years ago, they had an orchestra.
Yeah.
But this year, they were really... Because they didn't do, like, big music things. It's between every game was this little musical thing. And I really thought they were going somewhere with it.
We forgot to mention Flute Guy.
Oh, yeah. He
Flute
led
Man.
into the game, Flute Man.
Yeah, because the game kind of had a very like I don't know, like Asian flute. Like I don't really know how to describe it. I'm probably like trashing
I don't
it
even know the
horribly.
name of that instrument.
But
So
it was kind of like a bamboo
It's a
flute,
flute.
type thing. And he was playing it like crazy, and a lot of people in the theater were kind of laughing because he was just like all over the place and just like making it like flutter and do all these like crazy things.
Can I say something about... And when our 2016 video, I said if you put an orchestra on stage, I want to listen to the orchestra, not listen to everybody else scream.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why is because if you remember when they were announcing the God of War, they had a woman doing voice sound effects into the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do sound effects like that, it sounds really good, but when you see it being made, it looks really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of... The people that were sitting around us laughed at it, and I'm just feeling like, you uncultured... Let me rephrase that so you can edit that out. You uncultured swine. Because it sounds really good, and if you hear it in gameplay, you never think, because it sounds so good, you never think about how that stuff is made.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds really good in game. Seeing it made on stage like that makes it look weird.
Right.
That's why that's probably why they're laughing, because they're uncultured.
But yeah,
Clearly.
a lot of the bumpers in between games, like I said, though, were like music. And other than the banjo and the flute guy, the rest of them were actually made, and this wasn't expressly stated at all, which I thought was really weird. But all of the like little random other musical interludes were done in a game called Dreams, which is something Media Molecule's working on. Media Molecule being the ones that created Little Big Planet. So it was all very like, caricatures and like, oh, here's a banana playing, what was it? Like, was it the drums or was it the guitar? I can't remember. I think it might have been the guitar. Like, here's a banana playing the electric guitar.
That's So they were going somewhere with it.
Kind of, but
Ha!
they never
You
announced.
didn't
Like,
catch on.
they basically talked about it like after the official show. They went back to the people at the podium there and were talking about like different games like Spider-Man and Dreams and
Those-
stuff.
Those, that takes, because I went back and watched our old shows, and I got to thinking, we talked about Dreams, and I'm like, where is this game? Because this sounds good. I want to play it.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a beta
here?
soon.
Why, Sony?
Yeah, they did that
Those
after
with
the fact.
PS4.
Yeah. I get the feeling
Oh.
you're bitter that you don't have a PS4, Chill.
I'm bitter. I
Yeah.
don't have a PS4, and that game looked really good.
Yeah, it does. The whole point of that game is like being able to create, but easily. Like the ease of creation, just jumping in and doing it. It looks really
Yeah.
cool. And you can
It
literally
did
make
look good.
just about anything you want. They keep teasing, like, you can, is there a kind of game you want? You can make it. Do you want to just make a movie? You can make it. Like,
I'm
They're
really,
releasing Roblox on the PS4.
I'm really,
oof.
really disappointed
Oof.
that they didn't show that in the show. Like, tell us that was Dreams, because
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was a big misstep there if they didn't mention it, because you want to advertise your game, right?
Yeah.
especially one
Yeah.
like that.
Apparently not.
I know. Yeah. They weren't very clear about it. It was just kind of like, why is this banana playing the electric guitar? I don't
I thought it
understand.
was
Why
CG.
not?
So yeah,
I thought it was CG.
it did actually go somewhere, just yeah, it was useless.
Just not where you thought it would.
Yep. Anyway, we gotta keep moving,
We do.
Yeah.
because then there was Control.
There
I
was
don't know what else it
Control.
is.
I don't know what it is either. It's coming in 2019, so I guess we'll find out then.
Yeah, we'll find out
Yep.
then. And then
It's made by Remedy and 505.
there.
I like
Now-
Remedy.
Yeah, I was
I
about to say
don't know
they're
if
pretty
505
good.
is.
This
now
is my
I'll-
moment.
I'll let you take it away.
This is my moment.
Oh boy. I'll
The
just,
next- The next thing
set the scene.
was set the scene. Yes, we are on ground level, like right at the ground, and we're moving around quickly. We climb up a shelf of some kind. There's a PlayStation there, an original PlayStation. That's your first clue, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
was pretty cool. I like that. It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
references.
Anyway. And we're hearing in the background some audio. Sounds like a fight going on, but we can't see it. We're on top of this shelf. We see food items laying around. The fight comes into the room, hits the bookshelf, and knocks the bookshelf over. Then the bookshelf falls on us. Camera zooms out. We were inside of a rat, and the rat is now dead. Then the people fighting enter frame, and we see a police officer fall on the ground and gets bit by a zombie. So, zombie game, PlayStation 1 reference. And the moment I saw that cop's uniform, his patch, I knew immediately what this was.
Right.
My dream has come true. My dream for 10, 20 years. 20 years. They've ported the first one over to every console known to man. Every freaking 5-10 years, Capcom would just re-release the first one of this game whenever the money bucket ran dry. And everyone wanted number 2, but we never got it. They are making Resident Evil 2. HD remaking Resident Evil 2. I cannot be happier. I squealed like a girl.
I'm not surprised.
If y'all could see our note sheet, it's just me freaking out right here. There is no
Yeah.
notes on the
Yes.
game.
He's
There are
pretty
like
excited. He's
there's
just
like
this
10
is my
exclamation
moment.
points.
I want this. This is my life perfected.
Yes, this is. Now, I would like to point out a couple of things from that trailer, since I know my Resident Evil.
Fair enough.
One of the things I wanted to point out was, okay, yeah, the characters have been redone, so they don't look 100% like the older ones. I don't really care, because they look better now.
Don't
But-
they, doesn't Leon look a little bit more like RE4?
He looks, yeah, kinda.
That's what I saw, but I don't know the rest. Go on.
Anyway, there's a shot where we see Leon approaching the police station, which is where you spend like a third of the game, if I remember correctly, or a little bit more than that, actually. But he's approaching it from the front, from a street that you cannot access in Resident Evil 2, the original. So, you go there in Resident Evil 3, but you don't see it from that point of view in Resident Evil 2. So I think they've changed up the game a little bit, which is okay by me, because after E3, they didn't really talk too much about the game, but after E3, we got some stuff confirmed. It's not the traditional tank controls, thank God. It's the modern over-the-shoulder controls.
RE4 controls.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. I do not... There's only 2, technically 3 Resident Evil games where I will accept tank controls now. And, yeah. So, and Mr. X has a bowler hat. He had a hat on. So, I can't wait for this to come out. And it comes out on January 25th. And that can't come fast enough. I will be in a vegetative state of unproductive joy when that happens. For however long it takes me to beat it. I can only hope that we get the full. Because Resident Evil 2 was a big game. It was... You had Leon Story A, Claire Story B, Leon Story B, Claire Story A, then you had the 4th Survivor, then you had Tofu mode, and... Oh, I hope we get all of it. If Tofu... I wouldn't mind if Tofu ended up being DLC, but Hunk, 4th Survivor, better be there.
Yep.
I'm done now.
All right.
He's had his moment. He's done. He's had it.
So
I mean, I could talk more.
Let it all hang out.
Anyway, moving on.
We're done with that.
So now we're on to
all right, signing off.
Trover Save the Universe. So good old Squanch Games, good old Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty.
It's Rick and Morty.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, it's basically
Morty, we gotta go save the universe, Morty. We
gotta. I'm bathtub man. I'm playing games.
I'm
that was funny.
Man. We gotta save the universe.
Yeah. So this was like, was it Bathtub Man or something like that?
Yeah, it was. It was bathtub.
Hey,
And he was just like sitting there with like a TV, and he was just like, "Hey,
this
I'm
is my bathtub.
I'm bathtub man. I'm just sitting here in my bathtub. Yeah."
And yes, we got proven that it is not a good idea to have a TV in your bathroom.
No. So yeah,
although I have seen people do that. Although the TV's not. I've seen it where the TV is mounted flush in the wall, not hanging on something.
Yeah, that's better.
It still sounds like a bad idea to me.
But yeah, it's Rick and Morty. Basically, if you like Rick and Morty and their style of humor, you'll like this game. So that's really all there is to it.
We fail.
Do
you want me to say this next line in yours?
Nah, I'd rather you leave it out. But I do want to.
It kind of works with.
Well, how about we say this? I'll say this how I feel it's appropriate.
More Kingdom Hearts 2.
Well, no, the next thing he was gonna skip. He was gonna.
It's funny. He said Kingdom Hearts 2 is like, wow, Kingdom Hearts 2 is finally announced.
No, he miswrote Kingdom Hearts.
I'm aware. I'm poking fun.
I was going to say a quick thing about this. We actually did get to see the next thing they announced was a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, which was actually different than the trailer released at Microsoft. They basically confirmed that Pirates of the Caribbean was going to be in it. They showed ship-based gameplay, like not gummy ship, like actual pirate ship.
They had gummy ship too.
They did have gummy ship too, but they confirmed they were going to do some pirate ship. And the sound-alike for Jack Sparrow sounded exactly like Jack Sparrow, so that made me happy.
Sora.
Yeah. Hello, beastie. But yeah, so that not just a little bit more information about that, but I felt like it was is different, so it's worth noting. But yeah, no, the game after that is everyone's favorite what the crap.
Yeah, we got a very alarming signal that what we were about to see was a Kojima game.
So I'll just say this: we basically start off like in someone's womb, where we then see a fetus.
You remember the first trailer? That fetus was down someone's throat.
Was it? I don't remember anymore. It was all a blur.
Yes. Yes, it was.
I can't. Okay. It is all a blur. I remember Norman Reedus holding it.
So
pretty vividly because it's just like we go into his mouth and oh, there's a baby, thumbs up, and we leave the mouth. And we're like, oh,
Okay, so it wasn't a womb. It
Kojima.
was actually an esophagus. Then I guess.
I don't
other
know.
tubes.
That
You know,
Doesn't really matter.
It's Death
supposed to be
Stranding.
creepy.
Nobody knows.
it's yeah. We still don't
Does
know what this
Kojima
game's
know?
about, but we got more info on it this time at least.
There was
Yeah.
actual gameplay.
There was actual gameplay, but yeah, Hideo Kojima.
There's a lot of walking, and there's
A
a
lot
lot
of
of blood on
walking.
feet from
Norman
walking.
Reedus is
And
there.
there's
He can carry a lot of weight.
toenail that comes off because of walking.
Oh god, that was disgusting.
Oh,
That was
I've seen
I'm not
worse.
usually that like cringy at things, but that was just like, oh, that sounds crunchy. Ow.
So he's like a delivery person, basically.
I'm not sure.
Delivering babies.
He kind of acted like
baby
he delivered
played-
things.
I'm trying to figure out what the baby's reason was because the creatures come out. He wakes the baby up, and that activates the machine that keeps the creatures away. I guess is what it was look like.
No.
Okay,
Have you
please
have
tell
you
me.
seen the second trailer?
If I have, I don't remember it.
It's kind of a detector, or at least second. I say second, like third trailer. I don't know. We're 4 trailers in, I think, on this.
I don't even
So-
know. It all is just a big old what the heck
It's
to
a
me.
Kojima game. That's the point of all this. Nobody knows until it comes out.
It's well, I mean, Kojima isn't always this oblique. In this case, he's extremely oblique.
Yeah,
Yes.
he loves doing that.
Yes, but I'm interested in the sense that it doesn't seem to be the same as other stuff. It's very different.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
always
also
worth.
super pretty.
It is.
Like
yes.
those landscapes.
The new
are
engine.
really, really nice.
The new engine he's using is really nice.
Your microphone cut out there, Jimmy.
I apologize. But yeah, so Death Stranding, we could sit here and talk about this all night and still probably not be able to figure out what the heck we just saw. But yeah, we actually got to see gameplay this time, which was an improvement because up until this point it's been mainly just CG cutscenes.
Yeah.
So with Norman Reedus and his fetus and Guillermo del Toro, who I can
Norman
never
Fetus.
actually say his name correctly. It's very hard for me.
It's okay. We all have our problems.
Guillermo del Toro.
Delicious.
New Team Ninja game.
Yeah, Neo 2. Never played the first one. Don't really know much about it.
It's just kind of
We
Dark Souls,
don't-
but different.
Yeah.
And the next one up was a game that I'm going to immediately buy because I love the developer and I love the property. So, yeah. They showed off after that Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. And they have shown a little bit of gameplay prior to this, but this was a nice big old chunk of it, and it was... it looks so good.
It did look good.
Yeah,
Is this?
It'd be
yeah,
great
this is
to
the new
play
Spider.
when one has a PS4.
This is where I'd put my PlayStation 4. If I had one!
Yep. One day.
I only have one request from a Spider game. The web swinging needs to be at least as good as Spider-Man 2.
That's just it. It really looks to me like it's going to basically be Spider-Man 2 on steroids.
Yeah,
No,
Insomniac talked about wanting to be a lot like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, and Insomniac is really knows their stuff when it comes to fluidity and momentum and stuff like that because they worked on Sunset Overdrive prior to this and really got a feel for getting that sense of momentum and stuff down. So I really plus I really they're one of my favorite developers of all time. If anyone can do it, I really feel like they can. But what they showed us was interesting. It was very Arkham-esque. They showed a prison with all of the Spider-Man's villains who were, I guess, locked up in the prison, and they get set free. And so we basically get this Arkham-esque scene of all the villains escaping from the prison, and him having to fight off all of them while he's trying to pursue the main one.
Yeah.
There's going to be a comic tie-in for this as well. So, yeah.
Of course.
They're yeah. Well, I mean, this is kind of a big property for them. Of course, they're going to tie something
Yeah,
in.
because it's
But
not.
at the same time, I mean, this is a big game. having a tie-in could definitely help in bolstering both sides of the sales.
Well, and it doesn't take place in the same time as the MCU, though you can pre-order it and get special outfits that kind of relate to the MCU. But it's its own story. And also, the one thing I noticed, they didn't show it at this E3, but at last E3, the main character is Peter Parker, but Miles Morales is actually in this as well. Miles Morales being another version of Spider-Man.
From the Ultimates universe.
Yeah, so I'm interested in that, because it at the end of last year's, it was like, it showed him like on his cell phone, like trying to take a picture, and then someone was like, "Hey, Miles, we gotta go." So, yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes.
References.
I don't know my Marvel as well as I know DC, and I barely know DC.
I don't know a lot of Spider-Man comic book stuff, but Spider-Man was always one of my favorite heroes, and I always loved the video game, so that's why this game is pretty much an insta-buy for me. I mean, Insomniac I've already been in love with because I've loved Ratchet and Clank and some of their other games, but like Spider-Man and Insomniac together is just like a perfect dessert.
Excellent. Yes.
So yeah, now that I'm done gushing about that, that's pretty much it. After, like I said, afterwards, I don't know if they did it for the stream or not, but like because I saw it in theaters, after the fact, they just kind of kept going with the same people on the podium talking about different games and stuff. We didn't know when to leave because they just kept it going, and we were just like, do we leave now? Like, are they going to show anything new? They showed a little bit of just free roaming through New York on Spider-Man. They showed us a little bit of how Dreams works, which looks trippy as heck.
That's where they put it.
Yeah.
Because they did they even give us, because the montage rolled after Spider-Man 2, but it wasn't a very long one.
Right.
So I was a bit confused. I was like, is it over now?
The thing that I thought hilarious was whenever it ended, they cut to like a pan down shot of them at the podium. But see, the camera was so high up at first that it didn't show the backdrop. They were outside with a backdrop and a podium. It didn't show the backdrop fully immediately. And I swear a few people in the theater thought, like even me actually, I'm not even going to lie, thought it was a video game trailer. Because you just see like these like cherry blossoms or something like in the back, a flowering tree in the background. And I heard somebody say, "Oh, is this oh god, it was some game." It was like, "Is this game?" And then it pans down. It's like, "Wait, this isn't a game. This is actually real life."
Who can tell anymore?
It was just so funny. But yeah, so that was a thing. But yeah, that was it. They just announced a couple of other things. Sony really only focused on stuff that we already knew was coming out, and they just kind of decided to take little like big chunks of games we already knew were coming out and focus on them.
An admirable strategy.
I really kind of wish they had shown off gameplay of Kingdom Hearts. We haven't seen a lot of just plain gameplay of that yet. It's been mostly just little trailers.
I just want more of the beautiful samurai katana game that whose name I can't pronounce.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
I would have also liked to see like oh gosh, I feel there was something else and now it eludes me. But there's a couple of things where I was just like, I kind of wish like Final Fantasy 7 remake. Like they announced that ages ago.
You're not going to see that for another 2 or 3 years. I don't know if you've heard, but they had to restart development on it.
Really?
Yeah. So they announced it 2 years ago, right? They had just started working on it. They handed it. It was being produced by somebody, but then Square took it over themselves and found that they just had to redo everything. Apparently, from what I've heard.
Well, I guess that means they just prevented a bad port, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, better taking your time than like releasing something sloppy. So,
especially with this one,
yeah,
there will be riots in the street if you do it bad.
But, all right, well, everyone, time to put on your childish hats. And
I already have one.
We didn't go over the overall.
That's true. Let's go over.
I liked it. It was okay. There's been a lot of meh this year.
Yeah, I didn't like it was kind of on the lower end for me. Like I will give them this. They showed a lot of like good like they stayed focused with what they wanted to do. But I did not like the transition. I thought that was really like it just broke the
That was
flow way too
annoying.
much. I did not like the transition. Honestly, I thought it would have been really cool if they had set up screens in that building and just stayed there because it was different. It was
Yeah,
unique.
it would have been a nice setting.
It was a lot more intimate and cozy, and it's like it was different. I think that would have been cool to just stay in there rather than going back into the bigger theater.
Yeah, they actually, looking back through the list, they probably could have done the whole show there.
Yeah,
The
they
only
didn't
games
really...
that would have felt out of place in would have been the RE2 and the Death Stranding and
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So I really think they should have just like kept it in there because it would have been a nice little different change of pace.
They had a lot of highly anticipated games, a couple new entries, and one answer to people's prayers. But it was still kind of meh.
Yeah. I mean, I'd still say it was a good conference. I still wouldn't say it was bad by any means. But
I don't think any of them were bad this year. Oh,
EA.
we'll get that later. But
Well, EA.
that's what I said.
yeah.
All right, everybody, time to put on your nostalgia goggles because we're talking about Nintendo.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on nostalgia goggles.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, you do that. We'll be actually talking.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So Nintendo coming off of the huge success that is the Nintendo Switch, and I will say yes, it is a really nice system. I bought one day one, and I've really enjoyed it. So they do really have something there. Nintendo really knows how to. Nice.
Nostalgia goggles. I'm
I,
not even gonna. I'll adjust the size a bit.
Kind of floating.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, they've done really well for themselves with the Switch, and I'm really excited about that because it really opens up a whole new slew of possibilities. And yeah, let's just get right into what they brought for us. As per usual, it was just a video. It wasn't an actual like. We here at Nintendo would like to come out and talk to you. Blah 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 blah.
They didn't.
Nice. So yeah. So let's jump right in. So we started out with a game called Daemon X Machina.
Yeah, it looked like Gundam. On
Yeah, it did.
Drugs.
Demon X Machina? Oh,
Is it Damon or Demon? Because
It's
it was spelt Damon.
it's Demon.
Okay, Demon X Machina then.
Yeah.
My bad. Wah, wah.
Anyway, Demon
yeah.
X Machina is Gundam, apparently.
It was definitely mechs, if nothing else.
Yeah, it was mechs, yeah. So we'll see.
It looked good.
Yeah. And then the next
Xenoblade.
thing the next thing they showed was Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Which
Like-
they'd announced, like, last year, I think.
Well, now Xenoblade Chronicles 2 already exists, right? Like that's been out for a while now. Is this like a DLC?
I don't know. They didn't show much. Did I write something
'Cause-
wrong again?
Because Xenoblade Chronicles came out last December.
I'll check.
I mean, all you put was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's a Xenoblade game.
I mean,
Hey.
it is. That's really all you need to know. But I don't know if it's DLC or not. They weren't very specific when they showed the trailer. Because I remember going, doesn't Xenoblade Chronicles 2 already exist? Like, I think it had a subtitle, so it was probably DLC.
I think it's just coming for Switch, actually. Reading through the wiki
Well,
Ah.
I mean,
or the Google.
Definitive.
Let's see.
it came out on, like, it's only out for Switch. Like, it doesn't come out on anything.
So,
Well, then they showed it. I didn't get this wrong. It showed Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
'Cause,
Maybe they were just. I don't know what they were doing.
Xenoblade.
you just weren't paying attention.
Oh, you
Well-
know what? Looking at the Wikipedia, a large story-based DLC edition titled Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna. I'm the Golden Country. I might have
Yes.
missed that subtitle.
Yes, that's it. That's what it is.
Scheduled to
That's
release in
DLC.
2018.
Okay.
I am sorry.
That's why I was really confused, because I saw, like, I knew that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had already released, like, in December.
They didn't show anything else, in my defense.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I was really confused too, because I didn't specifically say DLC. But it is Nintendo, and they're not always super...
They don't like the letters DLC.
Yeah, so... all right, then
still
after
do.
that, they announced one that a lot of people are excited for. It's not going to be a mainline Pokemon game, and they said that they're still working on an actual mainline Pokemon game for next year. But they announced this a little bit before, but they gave us a little bit more trailer for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Yep.
So basically what this is this is a way for Nintendo to grab the people that got into playing Pokemon Go but haven't necessarily gotten into the mainline series.
Yep.
Because basically it's a mixture of the mainline series, but then with like the catching mechanics of Pokemon Go. It uses the exact same mechanics. You don't whittle down HP. You just throw Pokeballs and berries at them.
So
You can see them in the overworld. You don't have to go through like random encounters in the grass anymore.
That's nice.
But it's not a full mainstream Pokemon game. It's basically, it looks like it's kind of a remake of Yellow, although I think they've said before it's not a remake. So
It's not a remake.
it takes place
So-
in Kanto.
We're just not getting
not
Pokemon
a
out of tall
remake.
grass, right?
Right. Like, they're just...
Because that was always something that bothered me.
Yeah. No, it's not a
It must
remake.
it must suck to be a gardener in the Pokemon world.
But
You just always keep the grass cut and you're fine.
But the Pikachu or Eevee will ride on you, as long as they're in your party. The
Yay.
next Pokemon, or I think you can actually choose one of your other Pokemon to walk behind you. So you can have a Pokemon walk behind you, and if they're big enough, you'll ride them.
Nice.
So
Reggie Fils-Aimé had a ball on stage. So what is that Pokeball Plus thing? Is
Okay,
that just like a...
Okay, so basically, one of the other things too. Let me go ahead and say real quick is you can actually do co-op as well, because you only have to play the game with one Joy-Con, and somebody else can join in with the other Joy-Con, and you can literally play together. Although I think all of the stuff stays with the main character, so it's kind of a pseudo co-op. But yeah, it's called the Pokeball Go Plus, I think. And essentially what it is it's a mixture of a Pokemon Go Plus, which is something you use for Pokemon Go, and a Joy-Con. So essentially you can play the entire game with the Pokeball Go Plus. The little like center ball thing is actually a joystick that you can use to move around and do stuff with. You can throw the
Okay.
Pokeball and it'll act like it's throwing, the Pokeball in the game.
was about to
And then
say.
you can transfer a Pokemon to it and carry it around with you. And if you shake the Pokeball, the Pokemon will cry out, whatever Pokemon you put in there.
It comes with Mew.
Yeah, if you buy the Pokeball Go Plus, it actually comes with Mew inside of it already. So you basically get Mew if you buy it. Now, the Pokeball Go Plus by itself, and it does actually function as a Pokemon Go Plus as well. So if you want to use it like to carry with you to play Pokemon Go, you can do that as well. The price of it, I think, was $50, which it's a controller. That's not unheard of. It's a little pricey, but
Yeah.
it's a toy. But they are releasing a combo pack. You can buy Pokemon Go, Pikachu or Eevee, and the Pokeball Go Plus for $99.99, I think. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's not, a hardcore Pokemon game for those people that are just like, gotta breed, gotta train, gotta battle. But there will be battling. There will be, all that stuff. So it should be pretty fun. It's going to be kind of like a little bit less hardcore Pokemon game.
Cool.
I just gotta say, Nintendo's naming conventions continue to baffle me.
Yeah.
They ain't the only ones.
Pokeball Go Plus.
Yeah. Now this next one was really interesting. Just looking at the trailer they showed, and that one being, of course, Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have not played any Mario Party games since the first one.
I'm actually looking forward to this. So I've played a couple of the newer ones. The one one of the
friends.
one of the stupid
Aw.
mechanics that they introduced just fairly recently in the Mario Party game was cars. Like you'll play a game where you're all stuck in the same car and every move you make goes to the entire car. So there's no individual movement there, which is stupid and I hate it. They've ditched it in this one. It's back to the original formula by the looks of things. Everybody moves on their own down a game board. Which is really cool. But the one thing that got me, that I was most interested in, was in the trailer, there was a mini game you played where you put multiple switches together in whatever kind of configuration you wanted, and then you drew a line between the switches, and then that was your playing field. Like, you could move between the two switches.
I totally forgot about that being in the trailer.
That kind of blew my mind. I was like, how did you do that?
I thought that wasn't... I saw that, and because that's the beginning of the trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, that doesn't... I guess when I saw it was a Mario Party game, I completely forgot about that. It looked like it was going to be something else.
But yeah, it looked really
interesting.
Cool.
It did look fun. If only I had friends.
That's one of the one games that I was waiting to come to the Switch because it's like a no-brainer. The Switch is a perfect take with you, get up and go, play with friends console. It comes with 2 controllers built right into it. So like that's kind of one of the whole purposes. So you can have your millennial rooftop parties.
Where do you go to buy friends?
Millennial rooftop parties. The next game, I'm not super familiar with, although I know it's super, super popular with a lot of people. Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
I don't know what it is.
Houses?
3 Houses.
You know what? I am looking at what I wrote here. It's okay. Looks epic. I'm somewhat interested. I can't even freaking remember what it was now.
It's a tactics
I can tell
game.
you're really interested.
Past me, thought it was interesting. I'll have to look up a trailer.
It's a tactics game. I've never played any of them, but I know that they're like, it's kind of like a war like tactics. But one of the cool things, never having really watched that game being played or like those kinds of games being played, it was really cool because like there was a top down like tactics view, and then when it came down to initiating like battles, it would like the camera would zoom in from a top down into a full blown battleground like seamlessly. And I thought that was really impressive. Now, I don't know if they've done this before. They might have, like, I know it was a big 3DS game, and so I don't know if they did that back in the 3DS, but it was really impressive. So, tactics are not necessarily my kind of games. I'm not smart enough for those. But
Fortnite's coming to Switch.
It looks cool. Yeah, Fortnite is actually, they announced that day. It was out. So Fortnite on Switch is actually out now. I downloaded it. I will say there is one major problem, and that is the big S themselves.
Yeah.
Once again,
this is what I was referring to when I said Sony's kind of flip-flop with Microsoft.
Yeah, once again, Sony, being the wonderful people they are, have decided to not allow crossplay. But this is a big problem. Because if your Fortnite account, your Epic Games account, has a PS4 account connected to it, or had a PS4 account connected to it, you can't use it on the Switch at all. You have to make an entirely new account.
Sony. I was going to say, Ubisoft, but it wasn't them. It was, Sony.
Because I wouldn't necessarily care otherwise. Like, it's really stupid and aggravating, but I literally had to create a new account just to try Fortnite on the Switch because I played it on the PS4, and so my account was connected to the PS4 one.
That's fracking stupid. Who?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they don't want to let your progress carry over from the PlayStation 4 game, because that's like crossplay, and Sony doesn't
That
like to do
would-
crossplay.
That would be cheating.
Yeah. I mean, they'll allow it with the
Right.
PC. Like, you can do it with the PC and the PlayStation 4, but you can't do it with any of the...
Microsoft gave them a one-up on Twitter about that, too.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly.
You can play Fortnite on the Xbox and the Switch and the PC, and it should all be fine. As per usual, just like Minecraft, just like Rocket League. You should be able to do
But
all of that.
Sony,
Sony wants to be irritating.
Sony thinks they're the best.
Yeah. So, but anyways, that's Fortnite is out. I played it a little bit. I mean, I'm not like it's an alright game. I know it's become like this phenomenon, especially with younger players. But I mean, it's decent. I mean, I like the art style, and I kind of like the way it is. So, I mean, I'm not gonna knock it just because it's popular.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and then
it's better than PUBG. We know
Yeah.
that much.
yeah, I like it better than PUBG personally, but they
Anyway.
stole their idea.
They stole their frying pan.
That's right.
But yeah, next up, speaking of frying pans, nice segue.
Yeah.
We have
Right into
Overcooked
Overcooked.
2.
Hey.
I have the
It
first
doesn't
one on
work
Switch.
as a segue if you announce it as a segue.
Disagreement, but continue.
It
Overcooked
wasn't supposed
2,
to be a segue either. That's the best part.
Continuing.
Overcooked 2, obviously a continuation of Overcooked 1. I own Overcooked 1 on the Switch. I'm interested to see how Overcooked 2 performs, because Overcooked 1 doesn't perform particularly well on Switch. It's alright, but it's got some frame issues, and I mean, that game is really eclectic, and like, there's a lot of things happening at once, so. But yeah, if you don't know, Overcooked is a like co-optional. That's a podcast. It's a co-op cooking game, whereas you have to try and keep constantly like doing things in the kitchen. Like if you stop, you're basically gonna lose. But like you have to be like, here, go chop these onions while I do this, and then I got to do this, and it's basically like fulfill their orders as fast as possible kind of
If
game.
you stop, you die.
Pretty much.
That brings back too many bad memories.
But yeah, so that's coming out. I'm kind of excited for that. I don't know. The first one is insane. I don't know if I can handle anything much harder than that. It's like, wasn't there like dynamic kitchen changes in this one?
Yeah, changing kitchens. You can throw ingredients now.
That's a cool
And-
idea. I like that.
Don't try that in a real kitchen, people.
No. Here, take my tomatoes. Ugh.
The only thing you can throw is one bit of spaghetti on the wall to see if it's done.
Here, have this egg.
Oh God! Oh, that's a great idea.
And the next one, it's coming
Killer
out August
Queen
7th,
Black.
by the way.
Yeah, Killer Queen Black. A lot of people wanted Killer Queen on Switch.
I'm not familiar with it, so
I am not familiar with it either.
we're so good. We keep on top of our games.
Well,
Games
they
journalism.
showed, they did like these 3 games coming, and then they showed this montage of several games that was way too quick for me to get anything from it.
Yeah.
They showed Hollow Knight, 2D platformer.
Yeah. They actually released it that day as kind of like a special thing. A lot of people were waiting for it to come to Switch. I actually downloaded it because a lot of people have praised it, because it's been out for a while on other platforms. And people have really praised it, so I gave it a download. It's pretty fun. It runs extremely smoothly. So it honestly, I feel like it's probably one of the best versions to buy it on, just because you have that portability factor. You don't really sacrifice any graphical fidelity or performance. So
Well,
Yep.
they did their montage, and then that was just the first 15 minutes of a 45-minute show.
yeah, then they spent the next 30 minutes talking about the big one, the one we already knew was coming, but they wanted to give us
Had a
as much information as possible.
And I salute them for it.
So yeah, then they had good old
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
good old well, what's his name?
I have no
forget.
idea.
I know his name, but for some reason right now it eludes me. Give me 1
And
second.
there it goes.
Yeah, I know.
Bye-bye.
I keep thinking about PlayStation's like guy, but I'm.
Bye-bye.
Anyways, they had the creator of Smash come out, and I can't remember his name at the moment. It'll probably come to me after the fact. But
Put it on screen. Just say it was
Yeah.
that guy. Yeah,
that
see,
guy.
it was this
the
guy up here.
up there. Oh well. He came out on and then came out and told us about Super Smash Brothers. We now have a title. It's called Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Subtitle, I am interested.
Yes. And so they start off by showing us, they're like, yeah, we're going to show you a video about all of the Smash characters that are going to be in the next game. And we're going to put a number. We're going to put a number by, like, you know, what number they are in the overall roster of when they were first shown, like, in a Smash game. So, like, basically, in chronological order, we're going to show you, like, which, you know, characters are coming to the new Smash game.
Because it's always been, will Captain Falcon be in this one? Who knows? But this went on for this was a 5-minute long video. And you slowly realize everyone's there.
Yeah, well, they started, like, they start showing and showing, and you're like, okay, they're showing them off, and they're doing them randomly. It's not all in chronological order. And then Snake appears. Well, they show the number beside them, showing in chronological order when they appeared, but they're not showing the characters themselves in chronological order.
Are you suggesting Nintendo can't count?
Maybe.
But then they show Snake, and then, like, which, you know, I was not expecting at all, obviously. They show Snake, and then they show the caption, "Everyone's here."
Yay.
And then they continue to show more and more.
Yes.
And they show Cloud. They show Bayonetta. They show, like,
Inklings.
And, yeah, every character that's ever been in Smash is in Smash Brothers Ultimate.
To that, Waluigi is not coming back.
Was Waluigi in Smash?
He was.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He's been snubbed. He's not.
I know a lot of people were crying over that, but I didn't realize he actually was in
Brawl.
Smash. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So
okay.
Nintendo lied to us.
But Waluigi.
Yes.
And then, yeah, so it's Ultimate -1. Penultimate. It's Smash Brothers Penultimate.
Can't get them all, I guess.
Penultimate is still ultimate, just more ultimate.
Well, okay.
8-player battles. That's a new feature.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's not?
No, that was
was on
introduced
Wii
on the
U.
Wii. Well, on the Wii U, yeah.
Someone's behind.
I've never played any. Look, I haven't had a Nintendo console since the Nintendo 64. Yes, I'm behind.
Very behind.
Very.
but
This
yeah,
is the first one I've been interested in.
But yeah, they proceed to show, like, how all the characters work, what little changes they've made, like how the final smashes function now, like just little tweaks and changes, which is kind of odd to me for an E3 presentation. But I mean, the fan base for Smash is so loyal that it kind of makes sense because they want to know everything they can. Like these people that are super into how can I do these combos just right, etc., etc. I'm sure they're eating this stuff up. Me, as a casual player, it was whatever. But, you know, they go on and on about this, but then one final announcement. The one announcement that nobody thought would come. And they did it in such a deliciously evil way.
Oh?
So so there's like, okay, we have one more thing to show, and cut to a cutscene of wasn't it Samus, Mario?
Oh yeah.
Somebody else.
I can't remember now. Oh gosh, it was Samus, Mario, somebody else.
Someone unimportant.
Kirby?
I can't remember. But anyways, so we're kind of in a dark, like, factory-ish place or spaceship place, and all of a sudden, like, one by one, we see, like, Mario taken out by, like, a long tail, and then we see the next one taken out.
Flutters down.
Yeah, and his hat flutters down, and the next one gets
dead.
attacked, and then we see like Samus like turn around and ba-bam, everybody was waiting for it, never thought it would happen. Ridley is a confirmed character for Smash Brothers.
Yay!
He wasn't too big after all.
Yay.
We scaled him down.
And in a horrible little twist, he picks up Mario's hat and spins it on his finger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's killed Mario, he's the new Mario.
He's the new Mario.
He gets the hat that can possess people.
Yeah.
Yes. It's all his now.
Does
he get
terrible?
or does he
moves are coming to Mario as well?
What?
Is Cappy coming to Smash Brothers?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's an alternate costume.
Yeah, because they did show Cappy specifically.
I specifically mean if they have any of those. I don't know about possessing, but I don't know, something about Cappy doing stuff. Maybe it'll be one of his saves.
Cappy was in the trailer.
I don't know. I mean, it could either be an item or it could be. I don't think it's going to be like a character per se.
No, not a character, but on Mario. It
could be like one of those. Oh yeah, they announced two. They announced, what was it? Epsilon characters? Was that it?
I have no clue. The only ones the Inklings are there. All right.
I think it was Epsilon. It was one of the like Greek numbers, but they have like a couple of characters now that instead of including them as separate characters, like, so they have Daisy now as like an alternate for Peach. Basically, it's literally a copy of Peach's moves, but just with Daisy as a skin. So like they're those characters are basically copies of other characters. She's got the same fighting moves as Peach.
She was her own character in Melee. She had similar moves to Peach. I forget what the technical differences are. She was basically the same as Peach with some differences.
From what it looks like, they're the same character, just different models.
I think she's her own character. I don't think they're copping out that much with just some costume changes to make someone specifically make Peach be Daisy. I think they actually are making them, because I mean in Melee, Daisy was her own character.
Okay, well, I don't know.
We'll find out on July 12th.
Yep.
That's also.
They also
very
said
soon.
you. Yeah, that is very soon.
Wait, July 12th?
teased.
No. I think you have some misinformation.
Your mic cut out, so I did not hear any of that.
I think you have some misinformation. That is not. It's not coming.
I mean, I seem to have put misinformation all over the place in this document this year. So
that might be a thing.
it's not coming out. It's not coming out July 12th. I can tell you
freaking
that.
is that what Google's telling you?
Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm going to look at.
Well, while he does that, I hope some people on this earth didn't burn their GameCubes when the Wii came out, because now the controllers work on this Smash Brothers.
I have two. One doesn't work.
The answer is December 7th, 2018.
How did I miss it by that much?
That's what I was like. It's definitely not coming out in the next month.
What's coming July 12th?
I think
Something's
you
coming
just
July
lost
12th.
it. You just really weren't paying attention during the Nintendo.
I guess not.
You just.
But yeah,
didn't
December
notice.
7th. December 7th, the day that will live in infamy. That is the day that Smash Brothers is coming out.
Oh
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh.
Cosmic significance.
Yeah, so that's happening. But yeah, that was Nintendo's conference.
And it was Smash.
It was mostly Smash. Yeah.
Smashing.
I kind of wish they had shown more. There was a lot of things like they announced at last year's E3 that they didn't talk about at this one, like Yoshi, Metroid Prime, things like that they just kind of didn't even bother saying. And I'm sure when they announced it last year, it was super early days. I mean, they didn't even have names for them yet. So we'll probably see them next E3. No Animal Crossing. That makes me mad. I want a new Animal Crossing. A lot of people want a new Animal Crossing.
I could.
It's all about Smash this time.
Well,
they'll probably just release a new update for Animal Crossing like they did last time on the 3DS.
Yeah.
I heard something about Animal Crossing, but I can't remember what it was.
Also,
It was post E3.
Also, no 3DS titles this time. I mean, everybody thought that they were gonna get phase out the 3DS, but Nintendo keeps saying they're not. And like last Nintendo Direct, they announced several 3DS games coming to the platform. So I say several, like 2 or 3, but that's still, hey, we're still kind of keeping it alive. So interesting.
Yeah, we still care.
Everyone threw it off a cliff when the freaking Switch came out.
Well,
No.
I will say this. A lot of people are pointing out this fact too. Nintendo does a bunch of directs throughout the year, because a lot of people are saying, "Wow, there wasn't much at this E3 Direct. There should have been so many more games." But a lot of people have been quick to point out that they show a lot of directs throughout the year, so there'll be more directs with more games being announced. E3 is not their ultimate,
not their big one.
Yeah, it's not necessarily their big one. So
They
we'll be
downplayed
seeing
their
more.
presence a long time ago.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more big titles coming throughout the year, I'm sure, on different Nintendo Directs.
So overall, I think Sony's was pretty good.
Oh yeah?
My tracking just died.
Oh yeah?
I am really, really bad today. I am tired. I am hungry, and I don't. Nintendo did good this year. You guys take over. I'm gonna hang my head in shame.
Okay.
Theirs was another one that was kind of just like,
You got that one. And what else is there? Nothing? I mean, okay, other stuff, but Smash. Yeah. I mean, that's good. Build up hype for Smash, because it's kind of their big thing, a very big thing, considering it's in the realm of esports.
I honestly, the way I would say it is this. I would say that, like, it's kind of in the same, like, I kind of bundle a lot of these this year together. I'd say that, like Bethesda's and Microsoft's were some of the best, and then a lot of these other ones like Square and Ubisoft and Nintendo and Sony were all kind of in the same boat of not bad, not amazing, just kind of somewhere on the in-between. Like, good. Definitely good, but not horrible. EA's is the only one that I would say was just not good at all.
At least, Ubisoft did better. EA was just bad. Devolver was quirky. If you like Devolver's quirky, you like Devolver. And I like Devolver. I don't necessarily care much about how they act, but I think they're one of the best PC publishers and developers out there. Yeah. So, I'm good with that.
So I would say Nintendo is another case of good, but not amazing.
That reminds me. We didn't talk about Serious Sam 4, but that's a me thing.
But, like, if you like Smash, then it probably was amazing. I will say that. Like, we're kind of biased in this case. Like, I really like Smash, but I'm a casual. If you're, someone who's not necessarily a casual when it comes to Smash, it was probably an amazing, show from Nintendo. But for us,
even casual probably are, like, all about it, too. Because it was like, I'm not professional. I just really like Smash.
Right. And I do. But at the same time, I would have loved to see more games. So, like, I feel like... And it's all subjective, too. It all depends on who you are, what you wanted to come out, and what you saw. So, again, I would say good.
At one hand, I don't care much for Metroid Prime 4 because Metroid Prime 1 was so good. I don't really think of anything else as, surpassing that. So,
I'd give it a good out of 5.
It'll be okay.
Out of 5. Yeah. So, overall of E3, who do y'all think won?
The winner is the players.
Ooh.
Yeah, especially in the past, we've been the losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's been a good E3 overall. I think there's a lot of good stuff coming.
I would say, to me, it's kind of in between Bethesda and Microsoft. I think they both did had excellent showings. So it's kind of between those two for me personally. I don't think any of them, like I said, I don't think any of them other than EA were bad by any means. But I think when we're talking about the best of the conferences, I think for me it was either Bethesda or Microsoft.
I think my number 3, I'll give you a top 3. Microsoft came in third. We wanted games, and by God did they deliver, but
Yes, they did.
I think it was a bit too long. I needed a break. I think number 2 was Bethesda. They delivered too, and what got me, they had a lot of stuff. Actually, overall, this year was a lot of stuff coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed, because E3 in the past, even in our previous videos, I've said it's usually talking about games that come out 2 years from now or a year.
Mm-hmm.
Not this year. A lot of this stuff's coming out this year. A couple of a next year and some long-term stuff, but most of it is either this year or out already.
Right.
And then number 1, of course, goes to Devolver because, hey, I like them and I like their humor. And Best Girl.
The problem I have with that, the problem I have with that is, like, I just don't consider them, like, they're just kind of there to just be funny. Like, I don't consider them a
they're there
legitimate conference comparatively.
They're there to... I don't want to use the word.
Yeah.
They're there to mess with everybody. And that's what we need. That would be me if I was doing it.
Represent the PC Master Race.
Yeah.
Quirky as it is.
Yeah. Who do you think lost E3 aside from EA?
As I say,
Like, give me your
EA.
second and third worst, because EA's the only one that had a bad conference. Even only 2 games were interesting, so...
I'd say for me it was probably like Ubisoft, or it was either Ubisoft or Square. I watched those and I was kind of just like, all right, can we get? I'm kind of done.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know about losers. I mean, EA obviously being bad. Limited Run, I just think didn't have a lot to show. Maybe they didn't. They wanted to be there to promote, but didn't have anything. Ubisoft, I really only cared about Beyond Good and Evil 2, and even then, I don't think it'll be any good. But I just don't like hype.
Yeah. I don't blame you. My third worst was Ubisoft. My second worst was Limited Run. Limited Runs, the humor just wore thin too fast, and it should have ended. It should have been 10 minutes long. And Ubisoft, 2 interesting games. It was the meh heard around the world.
But that dancing panda, though.
Yeah.
You mean you?
Yes.
Wanna dance?
Oh no, I broke. There we go.
Oh, there he goes. Came back.
Hey. Any accolades? Accolades to give out. Now, obviously, we're poor, and we can't afford to make trophies to give to the people who win these. So just, draw a picture. I won. Put it on your wall. I give the Music Box Award for Most Creative Use of a Song to Bethesda for their use of You Spin Me Right Round in the Prey Mooncrash trailer. Anyone else? Got any accolades? Edit. You guys can just pick from the list if you want.
I was just about to say something, thanks.
Go ahead.
I think best audience member award goes to that guy on Sony's stream that said, "Don't tell me what to do."
Yeah, that was good. Don't tell me what to do. That was the best part of their stream,
Missed
actually.
that one.
Yeah. What was that? Which one was that after?
It was something they were like, "You can pre-order it now," and that guy was like, "Don't tell me what to do."
The crowd's always the best part of Sony's conferences.
Yeah.
What about you, Chill? Any accolades?
Well, I mean, Todd Howard is Todd Howard.
Yeah.
He's always Todd Howard, and he makes appearances, and they are notable.
The Todd Howard Award goes to Todd Howard.
The Todd Howard Award goes to Todd Howard.
That's a good award. I give the Porsche GT Descending from the Heavens Award for most egregious flaunting of wealth to Sony for changing venues in the first 30 minutes.
Not only that, they literally built that venue. We didn't mention that, but they actually
did?
Yeah, that was actually a tent. Because they might not have shown it. They might not have shown it on the stream you watch, but at the theater they showed like a time lapse of it being built. They actually built that set. So yes, that is very appropriate.
Yes.
Runner up to Ubisoft for destroying a $300 TV. It sounded like a real TV to me. I don't know why it was there, but
Magic of television.
It was there to be destroyed. That's literally why it was there.
it might not have been. It might have been a broken one. It's definitely broken now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beating a dead horse award to EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just EA in general.
Yeah.
Just EA. Just stop EA. Just stop it.
The EA award goes to EA for
The Comcast award goes to EA.
yeah.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
all. That's pretty close too.
Yeah.
Well, I have several accolades here. I just don't want to go over all of them.
Yeah.
Shut up and take.
that's-
This is a good one. Shut up and take my money award for best game reveal. Obviously goes to Sony for Resident Evil 2 because I'm a huge fanboy.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
to be fair, that was one of the only games where they actually showed something we weren't expecting. So,
You know what?
Makes it pretty notable.
We had been expecting it because if you remember back when we went to the theater, I had said I was expecting an RE2 remake reveal because let me see if I remember the story right. Somebody from Sony basically took a picture of an idea pitch document that they were about to run over to their boss, and it was just Resident Evil 2 remake on a piece of paper. And that he tweeted it or something, it got leaked or what, but the internet was set on fire. At least the Resident Evil start was.
in my head, I just have a picture, that Will Smith picture of him just like with his hands out, like this is the thing, just like with that on it. Resident Evil 2.
That's kind of what happened. But yeah, that was in 2016, and we heard hide nor hair of it since.
Mm-hmm.
And now we all get to squeal like little girls again. I'm glad it's not tank controls, because Christ Almighty, they made Resident Evil 2 harder than it needed to be.
Well, same with Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've been on here long enough.
Yes.
I think we're probably pushing.
I think we could do another 2 hours. We need to talk more about building codes.
I think we're probably pushing about like 3 hours now. So
2.5 to 3.
If you are actually still listening, holy cow! Thank you very much. The
award
you win. For best.
You win the award for.
You win the
no
accolade.
life.
Oh,
Well,
I wasn't gonna go that far.
We're not gonna
but
berate our listeners.
Nobody's listening to this.
I'm listening.
Can we
to
fire
it.
him?
I can guarantee
yes.
you my subscribers wouldn't have made it past the first 5 minutes.
Well, guys, if you're still listening, thank you so much. We're happy that you were with us to sit here and talk about E3 2018. I'm going to try and have links to individual
Trailers?
E3, not trailers, to the individual discussions about each developer down below to make it easier if you just want to jump to Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. So hopefully that'll be easy for you. But thank you so much, guys. And this is Jimmy the Stash.
Country Flyboy.
And Chilenium.
Signing off.
Goodbye.
Bye.